Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah, that's all good.
Then I am ready to go when you guys are.
Alright, I'm just going to transition to you. And then, let's see here. I'm just checking some things quick. Okay, now we are ready. Go ahead and give us a countdown.
All right, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go! This is EarthBound Pajama %. Pajama % is a strange little category. It is one of those speedruns that lets you use pre-made save files. So we'll be swapping out save files very often in this run to do something called the stairs glitch. We're going to do the stairs glitch a couple different ways with slightly different results each time in order to either teleport ourselves around, to go out of bounds, to teleport and go out of bounds. All sorts of different things we'll be able to do with the stairs glitch. But we're a little bit ahead of ourselves here. First thing we got to do is get control of our character here in Gooby's house. And the objective of this speedrun, the reason why it's called Pajama % is Ness is here all tucked into bed, sleeping the night away. And obviously he's in his pajamas, and what's supposed to happen is first thing you do is you go check out that meteorite that just crashed outside your house. And at some point your mother fusses at you and says, look, you're gonna sneak out, so just go check out the meteorite anyway, because you don't listen to me. Just make sure you put on some regular clothes before you go. And then you have to change out of your pajamas, and that is what we don't want to do for this category. We have to beat the entire game while staying in our pajamas, at least on that first save file. And another thing that makes Pajama % kind of weird is the first thing you do as soon as you get control of Ness is you hit reset to go load your other save file. This time we're going to use the one that's in 3. Let me get through this text. There we go. And that is one version of the stairs glitch. It looked a little close, but I'm presuming that I got the game over there as soon as I stepped on the staircase, which should teleport me exactly all the way back to that staircase. What the short version of what's going on there is when you step on a staircase in EarthBound, the first thing the game wants to do is to kind of lock you into place on the stairs. If you haven't played this before, they'll let you move left and right on the stairway, but you can't even like face north and south. You can only move left and right, and you're stuck on that railway. And what the game is trying to do is lock you into place on that railway. And it does that by maybe even shifting you just a couple of pixels. But you get the game over at the same time. I'm not going to say it's frame perfect. I don't know if it's frame perfect or not. But, air quotes, at the same time that's supposed to happen, you get the game over, which interrupts the instructions to lock you into place, to move you those couple of pixels onto the staircase. The next time you get control of a character, the game still thinks that the next thing it has to do is move you onto the staircase. And there are a couple of other kind of rules involved with that, but for our purposes it moves Ness all the way from his bedroom to that basement in the graveyard in 3, which lets us start playing as Jeff right away. And Jeff has a little to-do list before he can head out as well. The first of which, and most important of which, is talking to his professor here. I don't think his professor gives his name in the game. What is this guy's name? I can't remember if he has a name or not, but the reason why he's important is that he offers to save the game for Jeff. And specifically for Jeff, because at this point, Jeff obviously wouldn't know the phone number for Ness's dad, who is usually who saves the game. But most importantly, we've just skipped the entire prologue, so Ness never gets to talk to his dad either, so Ness also can't save the game. We have very limited places where we'll be able to actually save, most of which are right here around Winters. So in the places where the game lets us save as Jeff, so that he doesn't have to do his entire sequence solo without saving. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the Winters drugstore here. Another thing to keep in mind is we watched the introduction here for Winters, where it introduced Jeff and gave us a view of the school. And part of that cutscene also unlocks the teleport that lets, or the I guess the flag, if you will, that lets us teleport to Winters. But we skipped the prologue, so we've never technically stepped foot in on that. We won't actually be able to teleport to there later in the game. And I'm just gonna go out of bounds too. We're gonna use this other save file in Summers. Boom. And this save glitch looks a little bit differently. Again, these text boxes are so important. Otherwise, you end up doing the stairs glitch on the wrong save file. This version of the stairs glitch is a little bit different. You notice I didn't get a game over on the edge of the staircase. I got this game over in the middle of the staircase, so it had already moved me and locked me into place. But while you're walking through stairs, I need this audio cue. Boop. While you're walking through stairs, the game has you in a mode where you can walk through walls. That's how you're going up and down the cliff face there, or whatever you want to call it. And the only way the game turns that off is if you walk off the staircase. And again, the game over occurs before you can do that. So Jeff can go out of bounds, and you get all the way to the Onet library. But you'll notice we were able to go out of bounds, but we couldn't see anything. What's up?
We have a few donations that
Go
came
ahead,
in.
go ahead,
so
go ahead.
Give us, go ahead? Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
go ahead. Good time.
We have a $15 donation from Shadrake, who says, we need more Project M, so donating towards the All-Star Co-op run. And X Hot Coffee with $10 says, here's $10 for my failed tower skip. Thank you both for your donations. We appreciate it. All right. Good luck with EarthBound, Mike.
Thank you, thank you. Nice. I got the game over right away. Gold split even. Haha. Alright, so the reason why the town map is so important is because, as you noticed on that first trip out of bounds, I can't see anything. I don't know where I'm going. And especially for doors, NPCs, all those sorts of things, if I can't see it, for the most part, I can't interact with it. And the town map's going to help me out by giving me a way to reset the graphics that I'm able to see on screen. Oop. Come on, come on. Ah, the title screen. For this trip out of bounds, I'm gonna head due south for quite a while here, actually. There we go. And you'll see again, I can't see anything because the game only loads in the graphics that it needs for whichever room you were just in. So we entered the drugstore, and all the drugstore graphics are loaded in right now. Because the entire world of EarthBound actually exists on one map file. There's no overworld map and then other maps for other areas. The entire thing's on one overworld map. So you can hear the music changing as I'm going through different places. Or where I want to go right now is I want to head to the LAM, where you would normally play as Pooh. To do that, a little bit of silence should be. There's a hotel music, and I can open and close the town map here. And now the game loads in the graphics for that hotel. If I keep heading, I'm heading southwest. It's hard to tell when I don't have party members with me, but head southwest a little bit. And I can go through this door because that room shares a tile set with the hotel in Scaraba. And now I've made it to Dalam as Jeff. And normally you're playing this section as Pooh. Pooh's supposed to undergo his last bit of training before he joins the party. But the game doesn't actually check who's in your party. So we can do this sequence as any character really, but we happen to get Jeff here. Yep. Come on. Let's stop in here to grab 1 jar of deli sauce, a magic butterfly, to restore all those psychic points that we don't have. And just gonna transform here into Pooh. You want to make sure you say yes to all of these questions, or you have to restart the whole training sequence. And also, it's a little tidbit, something you wouldn't notice otherwise. You are supposed to be taking damage in this cutscene fight, but all the damage is going to Pooh, who's not actually in the party. So Jeff stays at max health the whole time, which thankfully doesn't really doesn't mess up the cutscene or anything. We can finish the fight and move on. And as soon as we get back to the palace and finish watching a cutscene, that will actually unite all 4 party members, skipping quite a bit of content. But specifically skipping, you have to do the card painter fight to free Paula. We don't have to do the sequence in 3 to get Jeff permanently in the party. And we still have to do this Pooh sequence, but we don't have to go through the Stoic Club to do it. As well as all the story progression in between those events, but specifically that's what we were able to skip. And thankfully, again, Pooh's not in the party, but the game is hard-coded to give Pooh the EXP there. Which is great, because otherwise he doesn't have teleport, which means you're stuck in Summers, and that's kind of a bad thing. I missed the split. Here we go. Bum 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 bum. So I'm gonna move this teddy bear over because it's not technically in the party, because of the way that you kind of get over here. Need to move that stuff. That's the old route. We're gonna go to Winners. Save, reset, and then we're gonna use the file in Summers again. Our next stop is to go from Winters to the desert, because they're actually pretty close to each other in reality. Again, where everything is on the in-game map can be vastly different from where it is as far as a casual playthrough would be. Nope. Yep. the desert where we want to go is actually just a couple rooms east of the drugstore. But hold on. I need to actually load in that room there, and then head back southeast again to make the correct graphics load in, so I can actually walk through this door.
Alright. We just got another donation, so let me know when it's a good time to read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we just got a $3 donation from Shadrake, and it says no comment, but thank you, Shadrake. Alright.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're in the desert for a couple of things. We're gonna try to grab some, well, we are gonna grab some items. Definitely need to grab these items. Okay, we're just gonna teleport around you. And you. And grab this present. It's so nice to be able to teleport around bad guys. Cause man, I do not want to get in a fight right now. Leave me alone. Alright, good. So I grabbed the items I was looking for. The other thing I want to do is get Sunstroke. I don't know if I've explained exactly how we're getting the game over in order to do the stairs glitch. But on the other two save files, my last party member has very low hit points, and they also have Sunstroke. A cold would work. Anything that's a damage over time effect would work. But I need to get that on my main save file now too. And Jeff, thankfully, good. I'm glad it was Jeff. Jeff has Sunstroke now. So now we're gonna head back to Winners. And I have to wait for Jeff to hit... Excuse me, I have to wait for him to hit critical hit points. So I'm gonna be staring at the phone for a little bit. And he got it very, very late. That was not a friendly bit of RNG. Normally you don't want status effects, but in this case, the sooner the better for that. It's at 18. Also, what I tried to do, hopefully somewhat successfully, is there is this flashing animation whenever you take a damage over time effect, and we're going to be seeing it for quite a while in this run. So I chroma keyed it out and put a darker background behind it, hopefully, so it's a little less flashy, maybe doesn't hurt your eyes as much. Whether or not that's helpful, I don't know. I wish I could do it on my TV, because, man, it really does hurt my eyes, but... Reset. Say reset. Split. Oh, stop beeping at me. And this time we're going to use the 3 save file. And this time it's going to work just like it did at the start of the game. I do want to teleport the party to this basement. Yep.
We do have another donation, so just let us know when it's a good time.
Go ahead.
So Shadrake comes in with another donation. Another $3 donation, says, putting a bit of money into the bid wars for categories that haven't gotten anything yet. Thank you, Shadrake.
Thank you, Cedric. I went too long around that tree. I took too long a path, so I'm gonna have to try that again. Because it's not that it's a frame perfect trick or anything like that. You do have some wiggle room, but not that much. That tree is just the worst. I'm gonna get off this ladder very quickly, and I think I'll be okay. Maybe not. We'll see. I have to try that one more time. Let's see. Yeah. Ugh. I know you guys can't see my splits. I saved 2.5 minutes, literally 2.5 minutes, getting Sunstroke just on RNG. The RNG was bad this run. It was way worse in my PB run, and I'm gonna give pretty much all of it back if I don't get this 3 skip. Come on now. Though I don't think I've been running against these splits in a while. So that could account for the big time difference too. There we go. It should blink as soon as I get down here. Good. That means it went well this time. There we go. That's what that's supposed to look like. So that looks just like and is just like the way you do the 3 skip at the start of the game. But there's actually a second half to it now because I want to get out of bounds in this room. So I'm going to come up to the side of the ladder, wait just a short amount of time, and get this text box as soon as I touch the top step there. And getting that text box at the top of the stairs, again, interrupts the step where the game's trying to lock you into the staircase. So it doesn't lock us into place, but it does let us walk through walls, and that's how we're able to get out of bounds. And this is a bit of a long trip. But the reason why it's important to go out of bounds in that room specifically is because I can't open the town map anywhere to reload the graphics. Not everything in the game's actually on the town map. And I'm trying to head to Dungeon Man next, who's definitely not on the town map. But for whatever reason, he does share a tile set with that room that we spawned into on the save file. Where's he at? 8. I better heal him up. Oh, look at the sprite lag. Oh, look at all those UFOs. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I want to make sure I was on the right line here because I'm trying to grab something out here in the darkness. And most things you can't interact with out in the void like this, but this you can. I'm a little too far over. In fact, that doesn't even look like the right. It's not. I must have got off my line a little bit. Yeah, I got off my line quite a bit. Let me come down and readjust. Now he's got high enough hit points, I don't have to heal him yet. Oh, that's... There it is. Ooh, wow. So the Hawkeye is an item that's hidden in a pyramid in Scaraba. And if you go there out of bounds, you can grab it even though you can't see it. It's one of the few things that you can interact with. And I'm going to need it for the next section of the game. I almost got quite lost there. Let's see, at 28, okay. Oh. See, not all of these presents are actually presents. Some of these presents are enemies. And even though I could get out of the fight, it would cost me quite a bit of time. Don't you do that. Stay away. There we go. Alright, so grabbing that submarine makes this cutscene playing. And part of this cutscene unlocks the teleport to deep darkness. And we're going to be coming here quite often too. I'm just pointing out the different triggers that actually unlock teleports, because we're going to be walking through places that normally we'd be able to teleport through. But depending on how you get there, you may or may not actually unlock the teleport. Because that's a separate trigger. And the nice thing about having Pooh here, because usually we won't have him in Pajama until a couple of route changes fairly recently, But being able to teleport through here is great, because you get to move through the swamp at teleport speed, rather than through swamp speed. Is that jar of deli sauce? There we go. One more super bomb. That'll tide us over for now. Ooh, ooh. Oh. Ah. Fine. That's all I get for trying. Don't bump again. There we go. And our next stop is to go pick up the Franklin badge. Save, reset. And I still have one more trip through that save file in Threed. So I still can't heal the Sunstroke off of Jeff in my speedrun file. So he's going to be walking around racking up damage over time. For at least a couple more splits. Through the void again. This time we're gonna head to Happy Happy Village, to the cabin that Paula's locked up in. There are two Paulas now. There's a Paula who's in the party, and there's the Paula that's in the cabin waiting to be rescued. When we stop somewhere for the night, you can actually see the text where she's calling out to us, asking for help. And we're just not gonna help her. She's gonna be stuck in this cage for the entire game, unfortunately. But she's still gonna give us the Franklin badge. Ooh, I should have. It's okay. I'm gonna grab the Franklin badge here. And while we're grabbing the Franklin badge, Pokey's outside, waiting to engage us in a scripted fight. And the game doesn't want us to find any way to death warp or skip this fight in any way. So it actually turns off a flag, a switch, or whatever you want to call it. It turns off a feature, or the feature that inflicts damage over time, but the same flag also turns off random enemy spawns. So until we fight Pokey, the game will not spawn any random enemies, which is fantastic. Because now let's come back here. Save the game, and I gotta wait for Jeff's critical hit points first, actually. So I'll sit here and stare at the phone for a little bit. But now I don't have to worry about any kind of random encounters. Not at the Starman base, not in Magic Cant. Random encounters won't actually be turned back on until almost the very end of the game. Oh, you know what? I do have to save the game, because damage over time effects off. I'm sitting here staring at the phone for no reason. If you save and reset, it turns damage over time back on. But it does still leave random enemy spawns turned off. So I gotta wait for Jeff to take a couple more points of damage here. Come on. One more. There it is. And we can save. And go back to our Threed file. This is the last trip we're going to make through the Threed save file. So I'll finally be able to heal the Sunstroke off of Jeff. He no longer has to suffer. Assuming I beat the boss battle that is this tree. Yeah. Keep expecting to be able to slip right around the corner of it. Ah, I got caught on the ladder too. Just remember the first time I did this in the run, right at the start of the run, where it would have looked really silly to have to reset twice 2 minutes into the run. Got a first try. Just remember that as I do this one more time. Oh, come on. I was still a little bit late. Oh, I can't believe I got caught on the ladder. That time, I'm not sure how I ended up being behind. Because that looked good right up until it wasn't. That looks good. There we go. Got the flash so we can bonk. Head down. There we go. Whew. Okay. So let's finish the trick first. We gotta get out of bounds here. So let's do that before we get too excited. Okay, good. It is possible to be too fast there and walk too far down the I guess I'm out of food. To walk too far down the stairs. And that will prevent you from being able to go out of bounds properly. And again, we're going out of bounds from that room because that basement, for whatever reason, also shares a tile set with... I'm waiting for a cue here. There we go. It shares a tile set with the Starman base. So I'll be able to walk in a straight line here and go all the way to the Starman DX fight. There are a couple of fights that you, unless you're using the debug menu, there are a couple of fights that you have to do to trigger story progression in order to finish the game. It's not that you can't go out of bounds and glitch yourself all the way to the Gaius fight, because you absolutely can do that. You don't have to fight any bosses to go fight Gaius, but if you skip too many things, if you skip certain things or you do them in the wrong order, the Gaius fight will actually soft lock in the third phase and you won't be able to finish. And this is one of the required fights to make the Gaius fight work properly. Super bomb, multi-bottle rocket, defend. That is bad RNG, yo. I think I'm gonna get. Ooh, I got a gut save out of Jeff. Come on. That was a lousy damage roll, dude. Could you possibly have rolled lower on that damage roll? I guess so. Who's got super bombs? Ness has a super bomb. If I pull this fight off, I'm gonna be so proud of myself. Oh my god. No! Throw it a bomb. Ah. What were those damage rolls? Holy cow. That was awful. One multi-bottle rocket can take that boss fight out. No problem. I've seen it happen lots of times. One multi-bottle rocket And another bomb almost always takes it down. Everybody rolled really, really badly. This tree is kicking my butt today. Come on. We got it though. That should be good. Oh my gosh. What was the damage there? I even got extra ammo out. That's what's really frustrating, is I got extra ammo out and still couldn't take it down. So I do need a little bit of, just a little bit of luck on RNG for this fight, just to get some decent damage rolls out. I know where my other big bottle rocket went. There we go. Not that it would have mattered on the last fight. Apparently I just did not have any damage whatsoever. All I'm gonna do is move this super bomb though. Alright. Just don't open with Starstorm, please. Don't do that again. That was very rude. Alright, good. Teddy Bear did its job. Watch, last time it was 860. That was like 840. Okay, we're just gonna go the wrong way on these damage rolls. That's cool. That's cool, dude. Oh my goodness. I can see how these the bomb RNG is gonna be today. I can tell. It's just gonna be that kind of day. But we finish the fight, no problem. It'll be okay. But we do have about 2.5 minutes of level up text here. So now we're through the first boss fight. Most of the boss strategies is going to be buy multi-bottle rockets for Jeff and let him blow things up with bottle rockets. Jeff is by far our most important party member up until we get to the Gygas fight. Just because multi-bottle rockets have such a high damage cap. It does have, it's a attack with 20 attack rolls in it, if that makes sense. The game will roll 20 times, and depending on how many of those rockets hit, you do more or less damage. So RNG and his accuracy are very, very important for the run, obviously. Which is why if somebody has to go down in boss fights, and it happens, you do lose party members in boss fights and they're going to miss EXP, you really don't want it to be Jeff. Every point of speed, every little bit that Jeff can get is very helpful. And Paula as well needs at least a certain amount of EXP to make the Gygas fight bearable. Pooh and Ness, I'd like everybody to survive every fight. That's ideal. But if somebody's got to go down, those two going down is the best option, rather. Their main function is to throw extra bombs and cast PK powers that they already have access to. Are we still on Wade? Yes, yes we are. So So now we're a couple minutes into this level up text. It occurs to me that at some point fairly recently, the Pajama community decided that turbo controllers would be allowed in this category. So I gotta get me one of them. Cause man, oh man, everybody's leveling up here today. Oh my goodness. Like, I can see the timer. I know about how much longer I have left. It just doesn't make it any better. Come on. Almost done. Alright, who's next? I know who's next. It's the, let's see if I can find it. Talking to Mr. Saturn here to get a Saturn ribbon that we're going to sell. Talking to Dr. Anonuts here. Do not forget to do that. That pretty much, that will soft lock your, not talking to him will soft lock you, and it'll be a long time before you realize you've technically soft locked your game. It's kind of like the Final Fantasy IV speedrun, where if you forget to grab the extra crystal, you don't realize you're missing it for about 20-30 minutes, and your run's been long since dead at that point. Make sure you talk to him. I think you can also talk to Apple Kid, but his text is a lot longer. We'll grab an exit mouse, and exit mouse is going to take us back to the last cave we walked into, which is all the way back here, technically. And we gotta hit the ATM. We're gonna go to winners first. That's not teleport. That is teleport. There we go. Oh, yeah, I was looking for... That's not what I want. Not Electro Swoosh. Trying to look for the background for my next boss fight over here. Save, reset. Where are you? There he is. Electrospector. And we're done in 3, so we get to use this much easier Summers file for the rest of the game. And you're going to notice I was just by the Happy Village drugstore, and I'm going back there again. But the issue is I can't save the game in the Happy Village drugstore. So I have to go back to Winners, walk all the way back here. Then from there I can open the map, and I'll be in the library to grab the Book of Overcoming Shyness for the next part of the game. Our next quest is to bring this Shyness book to the Tendas. They're a race of very adorable, but very, very shy creatures who are going to help us through the next part of our quest. Teleport, deep darkness, need to go shopping. I whiffed. I'm just whiffing on the little bitty easy things today. Come on. There we go. I already grabbed my money. Talk to the dude. Hey, don't run away from me. Where'd that Saturn ribbon go? I didn't see it. There it is. 2 of these for the next couple of boss fights. Actually, 2 gets me through the Electrospectre fight. 1 more gets me through Ness's Nightmare. I'll go ahead and grab it. Possibly immediately regret that decision. No, I can sell the pop gun and grab another super bomb. Alright, and now I'm gonna go through Deep Darkness. And I'm low on psychic points. I'm even lower on psychic points. Let me get through the Hawkeye point here, and I'll start teleporting around. So this is what we went and grabbed the Hawkeye for earlier. Now we can see where we're going. That's always nice. Alright, teleport. No, I cannot menu to save my life today. Teleport. There we go. I want to be able to move through the swamp at teleport speed as often as for as much as possible. But I don't actually want to finish casting the teleport, or I get to start the whole section over again. I hit down and to the left. That's fine. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, guys. It's okay. Go ahead and bonk. Bonk as many times as you want. Oop, duh. Got 5 more teleports, roughly. Yeah. We'll be able to get through here. And after this next boss fight, ooh, that was close. After this next boss fight would be a good time to cut off the player name incentive. So, couple more. Whoa, hey now, a couple more minutes here. Whew, I didn't realize you could actually shoot the gap there, teleporting. That would have been really bad. But the nice thing again is no enemy encounters whatsoever to worry about here. Usually this place is crawling with enemies, and you move so slowly that having to backtrack and try to despawn them costs a lot of time. Don't have to worry about it since enemy spawns are turned off. Boom, 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 boom. Nope, everybody's good. Goods. So she doesn't have any Holy Battle Rocket and Super Bomb. Oh, I could have had her freeze. That's okay. Good damage roll. Good. So we'll say the end of the level up text here, I suppose, would be the cutoff. It's so sad Jeff, or Sneck here, doesn't ever get the level up jingle, because you only get that when you learn new PK powers, and he doesn't learn any psychic, he doesn't have any psychic ability. It's a little sad. He's probably happy he's leveling up too, you know? Just saying. Oh, don't teleport. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In fact, I'm gonna do probably one more teleport and then I'm just gonna walk it out. Because Dryland is right here. That'd feel really bad. Alright, let me grab this Death Ray. It's just a Death Ray in the trash can. No big deal. Alright, and now I am gonna need the winning name for a player name. That is gonna be during this text block rather. Fuzzy Pickles! Huzzah! Also, a Pajama Nest does not have a Fuzzy Pickle spray, so you do change out of your pajamas just for a second. And this is where I need a name. It's on Discord too. Discord scrolled all the way down. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Nate. Or no.
Alright. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah. Is it Nate, Gooby? Yep. Nate Burnott.
Alright, Nate Burnott.
Looking good?
Good. And it's very important you talk to the chief again there. There's a little bit of a space, so I had to move over. But it can look like that's all one conversation. But he gives you an extra bag of Dragonite if you talk to him again. Which is really nice to have. This is a nice leisurely stroll through the cave, because again, still no enemies to worry about. You can see Ness climbing up and down ladders though. Again, Pajama Ness is not supposed to be able to leave his house, so his sprite sheet is missing quite a few animations. If Pajama Ness gets knocked out, he doesn't turn into an angel like party members usually do. He just moves to the back of the party and walks very, very slowly. Or at a very low frame rate, I should say. He keeps up with the party, but he walks at a lower frame rate like he's paralyzed or something like that. And that rabbit's foot, that is super important. And I'm not just going to tell you it's super important, I'm actually going to equip it this time. Unlike the last run, where I said it was super important and didn't actually equip it. And was very confused for the entire rest of the run what was going on. There we go. That rabbit's foot is a huge speed bonus for Jeff, which is going to make him shoot the bottle rockets faster, which is always nice, but it also makes him much, much more accurate. And he doesn't have any. Oh wait. This boss spawns with a psychic shield, so if I cast, that was a good roll. If I cast any kind of spells, they'll get reflected back and deal damage to me. Wow. Poor Ness gave up that super bomb, or they gave up his the Franklin badge, and then just ate a ton of damage from it. That'll do. What's the next big boss fight? As if I don't know, it's Ness's Nightmare. Let's see if I can find that background. Yeah. Oh, whose Fuzzy Pickle emote is that? Nice. Hey, no problem. No problem. Setup's important. Especially, I'm pretty sure it's is it a 4-person race? That's a lot of work. Don't worry about it. Do split. I'm Gooby. I really like the EarthBound soundtrack. There are lots of reasons why EarthBound became such a cult classic, and there's such a strong community around it. Starman.net, I believe, still has available for download the 5 Rock Candy albums that are all fan-made remix albums of the EarthBound soundtrack. The music's very, very good in this game. This track, not so much. This is not number 1 on the US Billboard charts here. They are holding that note, man. It wasn't long at all. I scrolled up a little bit to find the name. It wasn't very long. Don't worry about it. So, again, Pajama Mess, not supposed to be able to leave home. They didn't make a whole lot of sprites for him. There are a lot of missing sprites that would normally not be needed. Teleport from Lost Underworld to the Lost Underworld. Now, just because you move very slowly through here, just like you do in the swamp, and I need to pick up an item. I'll try and shoot the... Oh, look at that! Look at that! I split the trees. I'm so proud of myself. Alright, so this sea pendant is the most important item. You can hobble through the game without the rabbit's foot. You do not want to try and beat the game without this sea pendant. With the sea pendant, Paula is more or less invincible in the Gygas fight. And she's the only party member that matters at one point in the Gygas fight. So that's a big deal. If you if you accidentally sell the sea pendant, like some people may have a couple of times in the past, I need to go to Winners and hit the ATM is what I need to do. If you accidentally sell your sea pendant, you can buy an earth pendant in Magicant. And that is a 50% block rate versus 100% versus the instant death that Gygas can throw out. That's a big difference. Get all that money. All that money. Now we're gonna go shopping in Deep Darkness. Boom, 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 boom. Where's my death ray? Jeff, there you go. I forgot who was getting these multi-bottle rockets too. So I need 1 for Ness's Nightmare. I need 2 for Gygas. Let's see if I've got the cash to finish shopping right now. I just might. I'll grab 1 more for kicks, mainly for the Krakens. Now I can buy some super bombs. Nice. We should be done shopping for the whole game after this trip. Provided Magicant doesn't go horrifically wrong, at least. I'd like to get 1 more super bomb if I can, but I'm not going to sweat it. Yeah, I'm not going to sweat it. I don't have anything Worth enough to sell. Teleport. 2 winters. See, that's what I wanted to do earlier, and then I ran into the mole. And, grab some skip sandwiches. That's lucky. Don't want that. That's what I want. Alright. And now we're gonna go out of bounds again, but we're not gonna leave from the drugstore. We're actually gonna head south a little bit to one of these tents that belongs to the Tessie Watching Club. If you haven't played EarthBound before, Tessie is this universe's version of the Loch Ness Monster. And there are a whole bunch of fanatics camping out by the lake here because they are absolutely sure that Tessie's going to make an appearance soon. And what you're supposed to do to progress is you're playing as Jeff, just Jeff solo. You just met him, and the first friend you make as Jeff is a monkey. He's not just any monkey; he's a special monkey. He's a bubble monkey. So you keep feeding him chewing gum, which lets the little monkey kind of float and hover a little bit to do some light puzzle solving. But he also carries you over onto Tessie's back so you can get across the lake. That's what you're supposed to do. Bubble Monkey's kind of a pain in the butt, and it's a very long sequence, so being able to skip it entirely is good. Done here. Done with that split. And we're going out of bounds in the tent, again, because we're playing with the tile sets. There aren't a whole lot of tents in the game, so I guess just for the save on space or what have you, the tile sets for the tent share a tile set. I'm using that word a lot here. The graphics for the tent share a tile set with some of the graphics for Magic Hand. This is huge. This was a big deal when this skip was found out, because you're supposed to play as Magic Hand, as Ness by himself, which is really dangerous. Like, even in a casual playthrough where you'd be leveled up and not be horrifically underleveled, if you don't know this section's coming, you're probably not going to pack the items you need. It's going to be a tough section, even when you have levels backing you up. But being able to bring in a full roster here saves a ton of time. And since we skipped the cutscene that you normally watch at the start of Magic Hand, we still don't have to worry about enemy encounters, which is also a big deal because the enemies here are a pain in the neck to run away from. You have to paralyze some of them, others you have to sleep. They call for help, which means sometimes you have to paralyze and then sleep, and then you can try to run up. It's too much. It's a lot of work. Not having to worry about any of it is nice. So we're just gonna walk on through. We'll run on through. We gotta skip sandwiches. But the bigger time save, more so than being able to skip encounters, is having extra bodies for these Krakens in case you run into a Kraken fight. And also being able to throw a multi-bottle rocket at Ness's Nightmare. Jeff should, without a doubt, one-shot Ness's Nightmare. I have not seen him not one-shot Ness's Nightmare, so today is probably the day. Right now, the most important... right now, I'm just going to fight this Kraken. He's just not going to move. I want to dodge as many of these Krakens as I can. And I think didn't I buy an extra... Yes, I did. Get out of here. Nice. Okay. You can dodge these Kraken fights. I have absolutely zero luck with this first one. You don't have as much terrain to play around with. You kind of just have to wait for him to RNG his way over to the southeast corner, and then he can sneak by. And he just doesn't ever cooperate with me. He wants to chase me down the hallway. So I usually just fight him, because my luck just doesn't play out in my favor. But these last two Krakens I should be able to dodge out. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Yep, come on down. I want to manipulate them into getting out of the way. Just generally getting out of my way. Yep, good. Stay over here. Good, good, good. Let's sneak on by. Sometimes the third one's just out of position and you don't have to worry about them. Not so much today, huh, buddy? Come on. Stay up there. Stay away. Good, 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 good. Run, 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 run. Yeah. So only one Kraken fight. That's pretty average. All right. Come on. Yeah, good. All right. I'm waiting. I am waiting for the day where I get a horrible damage roll and don't one-shot Nessa's Nightmare and eat a game over here. Because it's gonna happen. And let's see. Oh, I skipped a split, so I don't have the split timer for this. If I were to split now, I'd have like a 2-minute gold split here. Unfortunately, there is a ton of text between here and getting control of my characters again. So this would be a great time to read any donations, pitch any donation centers. I know you guys are setting up though, so do not interrupt what you're doing, because setting up for the race is super important. Oof. Nope. See? You think you're done mashing through text. I thought I was done. Nope. A little more text. But nope. You're still not done. One more box. This would be a good time to maybe look away from the screen for about 30 seconds if rapidly flashing images are not your thing. I said that like 3 text boxes too late. I am so sorry. But it's a very short cutscene. I will let you know when it's done. Because I'm pretty sure this scene got modified a little bit for the VC release because they were worried about epilepsy triggers. And that scene is done. And something kind of interesting here. We don't really see it because we already had the full party. But the game assumes you already have Ness here, and the game is programmed to add Paula, Jeff, and Pooh to your party here. If you were to somehow beat Magicant when Ness is not in the party, you still don't have Ness in the party after Magicant. The game just doesn't add him back in. Well, I'm sorry it was a little bit late. But I know quite a few things in EarthBound were tweaked for the VC release, and I am playing on the original console. Also, walking out of Saturn Valley, walking back in, super important. Because we haven't had to talk about it in a while, but in order to unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley, you have to walk into Saturn Valley. I got here by watching a cutscene. That's not the same thing, and I will lose about 7 minutes if I don't remember to unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley. That is no bueno. Alright, let me double check my items, make sure I don't have to go shopping. I know I said I was done shopping earlier, but I want to make sure I didn't. Yep, still got 2. Yeah, we're good, we're fine. And we need to go to Annette, so obviously we're going to teleport to Winters. Did I pick up any items to sell? I did not. Which is fine. I don't need more cash. Save. Reset. we've got only one more stairs glitch after this one. We're coming up on the end of it now. But again, we have to go to Onett next, and we've never been there. We've seen the inside of Nessa's house at the start of the game, and that's it. We've walked to the library, but that is not how you unlock the teleport to Onett. So unfortunately, we've got to find some other way to get there, to get the piece of meteorite that crashed near our house. And we're going to do that by going out of bounds from the drugstore here. This is a very, very long trip out of bounds. And I think I've only got one skip, so that's okay. If I had bought extra skip sandwiches, I would need another trip to Deep Darkness to go shopping, which would negate any time save I would have made from having extra skip sandwiches. That's not Cave of the Past. There we go. It's a long trip through the void here. Dungeon Man music. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. And we'll know it when we hear it. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. There it is. I want to stay north of the houses here, because the photographer is still waiting outside our house to ambush us and take our picture. And we don't need that in our life. An added bonus of doing the stairs glitch and being out of bounds. Well, A, you can see we've skipped the prologue, so all the police and everybody's still here. Pokey's still here. All the roadblocks are here. But an added bonus of being in the middle of a stairs glitch is you cannot get into random encounters. So yes, there are aliens about. There are random encounters I would have to dodge, except I'm out of bounds, air quote. So I don't have to worry about it. Still. Which is what makes Pajama such a nice category. It's not like there's no RNG in the run. You could go watch a Starman fight from this run. It's testament to that. But some of the little things, like random encounters, you don't have to worry about in Pajama Percent. If party members fall in a boss fight, you gotta keep it in mind, maybe adjust strategies a little bit. But it doesn't kill the run. You can just keep on playing. You can just truck right on through. You're gonna be just fine. There's only a couple different ways you can kind of like actually soft lock and lose your run, and they're very easy to avoid. It's great. And we skip most of the sanctuaries now, but there is a route, and it's not a separate leaderboard, but there is a category, if you will, for Pajama Percent doing all sanctuaries, which is an equally fun run. You get a lot more bonus EXP, a lot more cash to play around with, as far as keeping it marathon safe, or just being able to, finish runs, and you get to see a lot more of the game that way too. And to update everybody on the story, we came back in this machine, and we came here to fight Gygus. And we're in the right place to fight Gygus, but we're in the wrong time. Gygus is attacking from just millennia further back in the past. So this new machine that just got invented, the Phases Sorter 3, can send us back in time to the right place and the right time, but it can't teleport living material. It can't teleport human bodies, basically. So, defying all logic, reason, ethics, philosophy, whatever kind of debate you want to have about it, we're going to put our soul into 4 robots and send those robots back in the past to go fight Gygus for the fate of the universe. But it's going to be 3 robots. Because again, Pajama Nest does not have robot sprites. He's just Pajama Nest. These are old splits. These must be old splits because I'm a minute ahead. You know what though? I don't think I've been running. I think I've been running Pajama % all sanctuaries. I haven't been running Pajama % in a while actually. So we're gonna say that this is the one time Ness gets to talk to his dad. Save, reset. We met what 21,900 something. Every time you call your dad, he tells you how much money he's deposited in your account since the last time you've called him. So meaningless stat of the day. Pajama % you can find out exactly how much money you've raised during the entire run. Because you don't get to talk to your dad until the end of the game. Alright. I feel like I forgot. Like, in the back of my head, I feel like I've forgotten something. I don't know why I have this nagging feeling that something's not gone right. I've got 2 multi-bottle rockets. I can give Paula some extra super bombs, but I don't have to go buy any. I'll give her the Dragonite. The reason why I'm gonna overload Paula with bombs is, oh wow, I still have the souvenir coin I never sold. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's fine. The reason why I'm overloading Paula with bombs is that if things go, I don't want to say a little bit wrong, because you can still win the fight. It's not like it's unexpected. But if things go slightly less than perfect, what usually happens is it's Paula and Gaius one-on-one. And Paula has some psychic abilities, but they have animations which are slow, and she only has a certain amount of psychic points. She's pretty well leveled in this run, so I wouldn't be worried about that. But throwing bombs and Dragonite is a lot faster than watching PK Freeze, PK Fire over and over and over and over and over again. And I do need some good RNG here at the start of the Gaius fight. Strategy here is pretty simple. Paula needs to get a PK shield up so that Gaius can't do damage to me. And everybody else needs to lay down some pretty thick damage here to get rid of poking. You want to make sure you target the right enemy. Because if you deal damage to Gaius, he reflects it back and you're going to die. Pretty much 100% of the time. You want to throw all of your items into Pokey in this first phase of the fight. Nessa's going to try, I'm going to say try, very hard to paralyze Pokey. No, PK Shield first. Multi-bottle rocket on Pokey. Super Bomb on Pokey. And I got bad RNG right here. Paula's probably going to die. Yeah, she didn't gut save it. She's not going to be able to get this shield up. Everybody except Ness died. That's good. I ought to be able to get this multi-bottle rocket off. Nope. Probably not. Depending on this damage roll, I may... Yeah, that was an abysmal damage roll. That was what, 368? I've seen 4 damage. 4-digit damage on that damage roll. Yeah, the Gaius fight, there's only so much you can do about the RNG for Gaius fight. That was pretty appalling damage out of Jeff, I'm not gonna lie. Why do I feel like I'm still forgetting something? I just can't shake the feeling that I've forgotten something monumentally important. I should have moved these items and then saved, is what I should have done. It's not gonna move them all over again. I know that. I know it can't be used here. There we go. Does he not have the rabbit's foot? I mean, yeah, okay. He just rolled like crap. There's nothing I can do about that. That's perfectly fine. No sense getting upset about RNG. There's nothing I can do about it. Oof. So ideally, Gygus won't open up with PK one-shot your whole party. That'd be swell if he didn't do that. If he does, it's not like it's absolutely a party wipe and hit reset. But it was the bad damage roll. Literally everybody but Ness got knocked out, which doesn't always happen. We'll just take another swing at it. It would be really impressive if I pulled that fight off, but not necessarily very quick. Yeah, Pokey. Whatever, man. He was still back on that hill yelling at the police about the meteorite. Wait, no evil power. Come on. Alright. Let's try this again. Paralyze Pokey. PK Shield. Holy Battle Rocket Pokey. Super on Pokey. Alright, good. Monica A. That means we're not gonna get one shot. We're gonna take a lot of damage, but we'll be alright. Come on. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. I can work off the 742. We got paralyzed. Oh yes, everything went so much better this fight. Getting through that first turn is maybe the hardest thing in this fight. Goods. No. Super Bomb. Battle Rocket. I'm going to throw a heal on Paula before something really dumb happens. That build's going to be blocked by the shield. It's one hit on the shield. After the shield gets hit twice, I want to cast it again. Yeah! Alright, we're through phase 1. So from this point forward, Paula is pretty much invincible as long as she has all of her items, which is the C Pendant and the Franklin Badge. Gygus, we'll be fighting Gygus by himself. He has 3 different attacks, one of which is a lightning attack, which will be reflected by the Franklin Badge, so I don't have to worry about that. One of them is PK Flash, which has a chance to one-hit KO somebody, but the C Pendant completely blocks that ability, so I don't have to worry about that. Good, it's back with Dragonite. He has nothing left to give me. I should use Starstorm. The third attack from Gygus is does a low amount of damage, I think because of the C Pendant, and has a chance to make Paula frozen and lose her turn. Now, if he uses that one many times in a row, it's eventually going to become a problem. But there is no immediate danger of Paula just getting sniped and losing the whole fight. And now we're on to phase 3, and once you hit phase 3, you can kind of take a deep breath, relax just a little bit, because at this point, nobody matters except for Paula. In fact, every party member who's alive that isn't named Paula, or in this case that isn't named Wade, is just wasting frames, because the only way to beat Gygus is to pray 9 times. Which is why Paula's the only one who matters and everybody else is just wasting frames. Even if Paula gets knocked out, other characters can't pray in her place. The one reason why you can't just totally relax is this cutscene right here. If you haven't done certain event triggers, if you've done something in the wrong order, this is the cutscene that will soft lock. Come on, where all that? Okay, good. There's all the Mr. Saturns, so we're good. I didn't move the town map. I didn't move the town map. That's okay. it would be for something after the run anyway. It's irrelevant to the actual speed run. But you can't actually roll the credits in Pajama % unless you move the town map off of Jeff. Because you can't walk back to Onett. There are multiple roadblocks between you and Onett because you've skipped so much of the game. So unfortunately I won't be able to see the credits, at least on this file. That's the Runaway 5. They're a traveling band that you help out a couple of times on your adventure when you don't skip the whole game. Of course. Nope, do nothing. Right. Can Ness just get knocked out already? Come on. I was hoping it would hit Ness. Meet the mic just for a second here. Who's next? I've lost count. Oh, this is Jeff's friend Tony. And his professor, all his friends back at Snowwood. And Jeff is gonna be in, like, forever detention. He skipped so many classes at this point. Nick. Oh my gosh, Ness. Please, Gooby, just go down, buddy. Please. There we go. And I lost a turn. See all of Pooh's friends now. Dropped a ton of frames there. Hold W. I gotta get better at using the names that people have donated for. I do. I have to get better at that. Pray. So that was 5. This is number 6. This will be Frank back in the burger shop. Frank is your first kind of tough fight in the game. And he leads the game called the Sharks. And when you defeat him, he goes straight and starts working at the burger shop. Oops, that is not Prey. There we go. 2 more. I'm still a little surprised Prey got through the infamous Nintendo of America censor. I mean, I guess nothing else. I don't know what else you could put there that would really work as far as terminology goes. But here's Ness's family. Boom, boom, boom. 2 more to go. Time will be coming up here relatively soon. Not on this turn, but on the next turn. Unless I get frozen. Nope, we're good here. Also, nothing I'll be able to do about the quality. This scene absolutely tears up bit rates. Alright, last turn, right? Be nice. Be kind, Gygus. Be kind. Let me get my turn. And time. I got 1:30:11 on my side. I don't know what's on the screen. This is finally the player name that you donated for. This is where the player name comes into play. Because after all this grand adventuring with Kubi and Wade and Snick and Hold, how hard they've been fighting for the Fitted Universe, turns out that in the end, after all is said and done, it is you, the player, who deals the final blow and saves the universe. The power was in your hands all along, or something slightly sappy like that. But it is a nice touch. I really do like. First time I played it, it just made me so giddy as a kid. Getting like, oh my gosh, look what I did! Made me so happy. I have been told that I should feel free. I have a couple of glitches here after the run. I'm gonna let this last little sequence play out while I queue up a save state in the background. Because I would be able to roll the credits, except I need the town map, and the town map's on Jeff, and he's about to run away and leave the party. So unfortunately I won't be able to do it with him, but I have other ways I can show off some glitches and such. That is not what I'm looking for. There is that. The war against Gygus is over. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for here. I need to mute my system sounds. It so totally does. Oh, I guess it totally doesn't, huh? Yes, it does. Give me my file here. Oh, I can't count good. Oh, I don't know if I've got the file I'm looking for. Oh no, that stinks. Where is it? I must have this file somewhere. Boom, 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 boom. That's not it. That's also not it. Aw, bummer, dude. I may not have a file to work with for this. Shoot. Also feel a little bit bad for Jeff here at the end. He's already resigned himself to being the third wheel. Poor guy. Alright, so we've got to bring Paula home, and it's a little bit difficult because we can't teleport to Annette. And as I was saying, I don't have the town map. I can teleport to Winters and get ready to go out of bounds, though. I'm just trying to figure out... Snick. Yes, Snick. I'm trying to figure out where I can go without the town map. I go to the Annette drugstore. Yep, save, reset. I'm gonna keep looking on my computer for this other file, though. I'm really bummed out that I apparently don't have it. Don't have the save I thought I had. That stinks. Nope. Yep. Alright. Alright, so we're out of bounds on our endgame file here. Wait a minute. I'm such an idiot. I can oh no, I don't have the town map. That's right. I don't have the town map. Shoot. Okay. And no, I don't have the town map now. I've gotten lost. To try to do too much at one time. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if we can find a drugstore again. Just good and lost. Why am I in Winters? I've looped around the map. Okay, if I've looped around the map... No, I better just hit reset and go back out of bounds if I'm going to. I'm so bummed out. I don't... Oh, why do I not have... I swear. I'm really upset I don't have this other save. Dang, I had a save file of having cleared the game when Ness isn't in the party and being able to bring Paula home and roll the credits when there's no Ness in the party. It's just Paula and Pokey. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show that off, but it looks like we might be just about ready for Ocarina of Time. So, in that case, thank you very much for inviting me. Letting me participate in the marathon. We've been raising money for a very good cause, and it's always good to be able to use video games as a means to do something positive and great and fantastic. Whatever the donation total might be at the end, it's something to be proud of. Being able to play video games, have fun, and do good things while doing that. It might be sappy and sentimental, but it always makes me happy inside, doing so many good things through something as simple as video games. But thank you again for inviting me, and have a wonderful rest of the marathon, everybody.